Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on the altered book, which is going to have the Just Chilling digital by Tracy Fox in it. First, we're going to look at our sneaky peek, and it is... figure out the page. Well, that page has nothing. What is... I guess I had a blank area. This is, of course, for journaling, and of course, Mom never does. And then I think I had this odd-shaped page, and I wanted to use it, so I think that's why it's cut off there. I did a little, inking, rough inking with a green, and this was washi tape here. So I had these two strips of washi that I put on here. This has mushrooms and then flowers and fruit and some butterflies and bees. So it sort of went with the theme of nature. Then these two little pieces were cutouts from that back page of the calendar I had, the thumbnails that tell you what each month would have in it. Let's see. Do I need to do another one? Let's do another one. And here's, of course, the back side of that page. I think that's really pretty. Another little thumbnail. These are, or at least this one, maybe that one is too, are red-breasted nuthatches. The white-breasted gather and store food for a later time. Maybe that's, I don't know. He looks like he would be red-breasted. That one doesn't look very red. I had one of these out in my backyard, and boy, that little guy. I had a gourd that was hollow, that was for birdhouse, for nesting and all. And every time I'd get up there to mess around my garden with flowers and stuff, I got hollered at by that little bird. He did not like that. They're mean little guys too, and they'll fly and flop at you and everything. Okay, so the digital, I'm sure you saw it the other day, but here's a few of them. Some of them I already have ripped up over here because I've got a couple in the book. I wanted to experiment and see how I wanted to do it. So, of course, we have all of our pages and things in here. I need to still go and rip around the outside edges, which I'll show you how. I'm prepping my pages, which is to take my ruler. Thank you everybody for coming to visit and seeing what I'm doing today. As you'll notice, I've flipped my pad over because I got tired of that ugly glue splotch I had. So I'm going to work through this side, and I'm thinking about getting a glass mat, because I have a light that comes out of the phone up here, but I'm not sure that I need it. So I may be able to actually just use the lights that I got behind me here. And yeah, these thinner parts are really hard to rip, so sometimes I just go ahead and trim and get that off of there. But I do want the rough edge because it'll take my ink a lot better. Yeah, I got to get out and fill my bird feeder that's outside the window. Graylin likes to watch the birdies sometimes. When it's warm, I can open the window and he can listen to them and watch them. Little stinker. He's taken to sleeping on the bed again. He rotates all the time. All right. Oh, the other thing I have to do here is I have to fold it exactly in half. And I make my mark there. Then I open it and I have to rip it again, because it's straddling the page. And I'll sometimes pull it up and push my ruler against that, so I'm right at that fold line. Okay. Then, to treat my edge, because it's a little white, I'm using my Scorched Timber ink. And you can see it's sort of got a white edge on it. I didn't know if I'd like that against my tea bag, so I decided to ink it. Just takes a minute. This has 32 pages in this digital. Now, I'm not inking this inside edge. I don't think it needs it, because it will be against a white and it won't show.
So I've been deciding how to do it because my book itself had about 350 or so, maybe 360 pages. And yeah, I didn't have the usual amount of rip out pages in between, because usually it will take 8 to 10 that you rip out in between each pocket system that you do. Now at the end, I'm going to link my other altered book that I did. It had more intricate pockets and everything. This one's going to be easy. I didn't want to do anything too hard. Now let me show you what I've done here. The other night I sat, and this is 32. Well, 2 of them are gone because I've already glued 2 of them in. But it's only got about 5 pages in between each one. So, and I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work out, because I don't know if I'm putting more pages in than I'm going to be ripping out. I think I'm going to be about even. And I've got an idea how to make pockets without adding more bulk. So, I think I'm going to do half of my pages, or like a quarter of them, whatever, in the first half. Then I'll go to the back half and start adding another quarter. And then I'm going to work my way into the center so I can see what I've got. Okay, now here is the visual that I'm wanting to have. I've got tea bag, which if you have any tea bags, it would be good to have them. Now, you don't have to use them. I also did not like the white, the creamy background. See how creamy that is? I did not like that against this. I wanted it to have a more aged look. So I've been using my tea dye oxide as well. So I'll show you how I'm going to be doing all of this. And then usually the first 5 pages in the front of a book are the ones that you're going to want to keep to hold the integrity of the book together. The ones in the back as well. The first 5 you're going to keep. Now, it's best to have like a glued, yeah, see, you can see the little bits of glue in there. It's best to have a book that's glued together. Now, I got this one at the Dollar Tree. I wanted a black surface because I've got an idea for my cover. I'll show it to you in a minute. But this in here, since these pages have to stay, the plain ones, I believe I'm just going to use more of that tea dye oxide and just, buff them all over. Because this could be written on in here. It also won't add any bulk because it's just going to be ink. Here, I may go ahead and choose some of these papers to cover. I picked these out of one of my books. They're just kind of light color. I don't know about this orangey yellow one. But I try to get like a tea dye kind of variation that would go with the digital itself. So these look like they go pretty good. So those are what's going to go on these plain pages. And that's the only place they're going to go. On the back as well. Everything out inside, I'm not going to have any plain pages. They're going to all be either the image or a pocket. And the next one that I do here, I'm going to show you how to do what I did here. And then I'm going to show you how to rip in between and how to hide it. So let's go ahead and put this to the side. Now, what I did with my tea bags, if you have one like this is like Lipton family size or something. I didn't care for this ripply edge, which it doesn't matter if you have it or not. I just didn't want it to be there for bulk. And so I'm trimming those off. And it just depends on your tea bag how much area you're going to have out of each one. Now I'm cutting this in 3s like that. And then I'm ripping it in half. Just so I've got like not a straight kind of a edge on it. I wanted more natural. Unplanned. Maybe that's the word. I don't know. And so I'm just going down through here and ripping each one. And it took me 1 and maybe a quarter tea bags to do one of these. So I went ahead and I inked the outside edge of that. That's the way that goes. So I know these 3 sides are the ones I need to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ink or glue. And I figured out that this one actually goes straight across. Now, I don't want to have to take, oh, I'm gluing it the wrong way. I don't want to have to take and cut that inside edge off. So I'm going to butt it up against as close as I can and then come across. Now where it hangs over, don't worry, we're going to rip that off. We're going to kind of make it work into the next piece. And then you just put your edge down and you'll have that little bit hanging over, which is fine. Try to keep the glue off of this thing. And then you'll go up this strip now. This is the outside edge. I hope all of y'all are doing well and getting ready for the winter and kicking the cold and the flu season in the keister. I had my doctor, he was wanting to give me a flu shot, and I think another big C shot, you know. I don't want that if I can help it. I don't like those things. I think they're making my hair all fall out. Oh, but anyhow, I'll probably go back in and get a flu shot. I always do. I don't know whether it helps me or not. I haven't been getting flu, so maybe it does. Oh, goodness. Tomorrow I'm filming a Sunday, so I'm at least going to have one video for you this week. My mom has to go somewhere. I think it's Wednesday. So I don't know if I'll get a chance to do a video, you know, tomorrow evening. I'll have to go and have something cut off my cheek. I grew another little cancer buddy. So let's see. These 3 sides. It's okay. Yeah, so I gotta go get that little guy cut off. He's just a basal cell. I won't ever have to go get a facelift because I had a melanoma taken off the right side, right around front of my ear. Tightened up my jawline and everything for me. And then this may tighten up the other jaw. I guess I have to laugh. I've always been like that. You know, it is what it is. You have to deal, don't you? I guess it was from driving in the car, because I don't go outside hardly at all, except to take Mom somewhere or me to an appointment or something, grocery store. So yeah, somehow I guess it was coming in that driver's window, and that's the side it got on. So anybody else out there, watch out for that. You would not think it would affect you driving in a car, but it does. Okay, so where it kind of goes over, I'm just going to rip. And it doesn't have to be a neat rip. It can just be kind of whatever. As long as you still got a little bit there for the corner. There we go. Now, I have my 2 sides. Now, I get my book back. And the next step you want to do is inking. And like I said, there's like about 5 pages in between each one of these. Sometimes not. It just depends. But I take my tea dye oxide and rub my brush around. And I've already done this, but I was going to show you. It comes, I wanted it to be around and underneath a little bit on each side. And you only have to do the 3 sides. And this side not as much, but it gives you a little bit of color. And I think it really ages it. I didn't want to have to sit here and rip these. Lord, no, I didn't want to have to do any more ripping. I've been doing some of that for the specimen journal. It's coming along. I'm kind of like infatuated with it now. I wanted to do all these different kind of sized pages in it, so it had more interest, and I've been working on that. And whew, It's getting there. Now this is how I go about gluing. Now I have a Elmer's Extra Strength glue stick, permanent bond. And I get that at Walmart usually, down in the craft department. Now what it is, I'll go over the whole thing with this on the white that's showing, just so I've got like extra sticky, but it's not going to be like the one that holds it down per se. It's going to be my wet glue, my Barely Arts, because I'm going to go around the outside with it now and hit every one of the sides and the corners. And then I'm going to also kind of swirl it up through here and squirt some out, just so it's kind of like covered all around. Then that's on this side. I'm going to line this up along the edge of my page, and I think I've been trying to center it as well as possible. It's kind of hard with the tea bag edge, you know. And then I'll take my little masher here, my little burnisher, and I'll rub down through there. And then I'll rub all the way around, try to catch my corners and sides before they dry, and the inside where possibly the wet and the glue stick will work in harmony together. Put that down for me. All right, so the other side. I can take this off because I know where I need to be. This lady's pretty looking, isn't she? Now, I did not show you a good close-up of the last project I did, which was the wraparound butterfly kind of like slide thing. But I did post a good picture of it on my Rhoda's Junk page, so if you wanted to go over there, you can probably see a lot better picture of it. And that link is down in my description box, so if you'd like to go over there. I've started up the sneaky peek challenge again. Oh, and I need to tell you, all right, all of my regulars that usually participate in the sneaky peek, and any new ones that want to join, since I didn't do anything last month with it at all, and there was no winners or anything, I have decided to leave all of them open, because usually I would close one before I go to the next sneaky peek challenge. And so this month I'm just leaving them all open. So at the last week I will be, you know, reminding you to get in there and put an answer, a guess, whatever, into the box, into the comments. So that one is crooked. Let me pull you down a little bit more. I don't know if I put it down crooked or the paper's crooked. And I needed something a little firm to try to rub this down. I was trying to find my my clipboard. That usually works really well. But yeah, you try to push, especially in here, push in and get as much as possible down. But yeah, clipboard works good. If you got a really large stamp block, that would work as well, because everything's bowed up right here in the center. All right, now the part that I need to, let me cap all my glues for the moment, because we're going to get in here and work on the pocket, because in between each one of these, now this one, these are the ones that are going to be covered. That has to stay for the first part of the book's integrity. This batch of pages, though, are going to be ripped out. So this one stays because, of course, the lady's on it. Then you're just going to kind of rip it. Oh, that rips nice. Nice and smooth. Must be a cheap book. Okay. Then I'm going to rip each one out. Just be careful. I did mangle the front side of this one. Whoop. Now, the problem is, when you do altered books, is to cover up this ripped area, especially when you've got like 8 to 10 in there. You're going to see them. So, okay, is that my, yeah, that's my last one. Okay, now, keep these. You never know what you're going to be able to use them for. Now, my idea was to take ones like this, and you could like either like fold it like this. This is just an idea for you. And fold it like this so you're strengthening the edge. And we're going to, and then I thought to take a page somewhere that you're not needing, or you'll have it open for something, and you're going to wrap it. Instead of you having to fold the pages in a certain way to get your pockets, I thought this would be kind of a cool idea. So you can wrap this around here and glue it down, and then you got a pocket here and a pocket there. And you glue the sides and trim off what you don't need and all that. And you can also take these and make your triangular pockets. So you could glue these two pieces together with glue stick or whatever, and then cut you an angle, and then you're going to have that there to be a pocket like that. Instead of you having to do all that fancy folding and stuff, you don't have to do that. You can use these pages that you've pulled out and create your own things. You can make a tuck with them here. It is kind of cool when you got a tuck, and that's easy enough to make a tuck, because all you got to do is fold back like that and then glue these two edges down. You've got a tuck. But, I mean, if you don't want to go through all of that hassle, use your book pages. Just go to town. All right. So, we pulled out our 5, 4, however many that was. And here we go. So, I'm going to take my wet glue again, and we're going to go ahead and glue these together. Now, there's a little tricky business to this. Like if you're at the front of the book, you're going to want to glue your two edges, which I'm going to make these all loading from the side kind of pockets. I'm not going to cut out any thumb pulls or anything. I think they're just going to be what they are. I could always go in there and cut a thumb pull after I glue them together. I might try that and pull back my tea bag. But when you glue them, let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to be hiding all of that. Now I want to make sure I give it a really good bead of glue up here too. I don't want to be skimpy, because it's going to be holding a lot together over time. Okay. That'll give it extra strength. Then when you pull these together, pull it like that and keep pulling to where you get it right on the edge. And then you're also going to pull your whole book over. I've got so many paper clips in there. It's hard for me to figure out even where. Okay, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Or another way is maybe to hold it together like that and then try to burnish with your fingers the edges so they're together. They kind of do a weird thing. If you don't try to shut them like this, and put it together, it'll start to get like a little bubble back in here. I don't know that that's one. I have to be really careful what I'm doing. It may be I take out all of these paper clips, since mine is like this, and just dog ear the top of the page, so I don't have to battle all of the rib in the middle, which is probably what I'm going to do. I can tell you that right now. So now we have a pocket. Now I did not ink the inside of this, which I should have. I need to remember that. So it's not white or creamy, but it's going to be kind of hard to see it, so I don't think it'll be all that important. We'll see. This is a very light ink, this tea dye. I got it because this one lady, that Spirit of Art lady, was using it to go with vintage photo and then ground espresso, and blending them all together to make a really, really antique looking page. I really loved it. Okay, I got it. And if you see little places that may need some extra glue, go ahead and catch them when you spot them. That was just a little bit of a, yeah, it's not going down for some reason right there. There, I think it's down now. Yeah. All right, so what I was saying was possibly to pull those two back like that and punch you a little thing out there. I'm not going to. I think it's fine the way it is. I think it'll be, you know, you can see the access to it. So I think it's going to be all right. All right, let's see. I think that may be all I was going to show you. It's going to take me a little while to get it full. And then to do the pockets. And then to figure out, like I said, I'm going to go where each one of these clips are. I'm going to do something like that. I don't think it's going to hurt a thing to dog ear that. And see, I don't have that bulk now. So I can get in there and do a lot more. All right. So everybody, I hope this gives you something to work with right now and to figure out how you might want to do your altered book. Like I said, I'm going to link at the end. The other one I did where you have all those fancy double, triple side tucks and certain pocket systems and things like that. This one, I wanted it to kind of speak for itself. Oh, I wanted to show you what I was going to do for the cover. Okay, I don't know if you remember when I did these lace masterboards a while back, and I had this lady, and I really loved how she turned out. She's got an earring down here I think Mom gave me with jewels and stuff, and it has like a leaf design. I thought that was perfect for this. And then I have a button over here with another little bunch of things. And anyway, I really liked how it turned out. Well, I was trying to think how to use this. Well, I have some rose-colored vellum here that I got. And I thought, well, maybe that, if I rip the edges. And I thought, no, it needs something else. And I thought, well, it would be kind of cool if I used like some kind of a book page. So I ripped the edges off the book page I just pulled out and showed you how to do pockets with. And I said, well, I could do that. And then I've got a nice little ripped edge. And I've got a little bit of book word showing there. And I thought, well, no, it still needs something else. You let your mind tell you, or your eye tell you, if it thinks you need something else. Then I thought, well, let me do this. So I'm going to rip the edges of this where they're just right there or right underneath of the book page itself. You can still see the book page, but then you get a little flash of pink, which I think is pretty as well. So it may be that, how big is this? Yeah, see, that page is just right there at the edges of that. So I can't really rip but a little bit off, but I may find a bit bigger page, though the crease is right there. I don't think I can do it. But anyhow, I thought that would be pretty if I had that little bit of lace over top of it. I mean, vellum. It could even be that I cover the whole thing with the vellum and not worry about the ripping. Let's see how this might go. Like that. Come on now. Like that. I think I might like that better, where it's like a total seal on the top. Yeah. And then, of course, I got these from Tommy, I believe. Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. She gave me these vintage definitions, and she gave me a journal definition, or just the word journal in several sizes. So I thought I would rip that and put it down here at the bottom, one of them. And then I can put a couple others throughout the book. But yeah, okay, that's my ideas so far, and I hope you enjoy this and want to work along with me. Just pick a digital and some book that you don't need anymore, and just start ripping. Don't worry about it, you doing it right, doing it wrong. This is the easiest way right here. So just remember, 8 to 10 pages in between are going to be ripped out. So, you know, you can use the full digital if it's not very big book, or if it's a big book. If it's not very big, just use a small digital or certain pages of that digital that you really, really like. And then just make you up a book. And then the other pages, like I said, you could just put, you know, solids or something that you can journal on. An altered book doesn't have to have all those pockets and things in them. But the easiest way to do the pocket, I believe, is what I just showed you. And you can just put something right in between there. And yeah, just something thin. And you can write on that and journal on that. And then nobody can see it. I love, I love secret journaling. All right. Well, everybody, I hope you have a great, great day. You got some ideas here. I know Bernice is wanting to follow along and possibly do a book. So good luck, Bernice, and just try small steps here. As you saw, this is very simple. Just cutting it and putting it on here. Don't even worry about the tea bag if you don't want it. You could do a little inking, or you don't have to if you like the cream color in the back. So everybody, thank you for coming along and for seeing what I had to show you today, all my subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate you. And thank you, thank you. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.